Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another edition of Running the Bases. I'm your host, Michael Garaffa, joined by Nick Nath and Ryan Blank. Ryan is unfortunately not feeling well today, so he is joining us virtually. We are happy to have you, Ryan. I actually really should keep the microphone closer to the computer so that it'll pick up your audio. How are we today, guys?
Fantastic. We got a playoff baseball right on the corner. October's in like less than 2 days now. It's crazy. And when that clock says October 1st, we know we've entered the good baseball, so to say.
Also, I completely now feel that you're hearing yourself talk through my mic.
I really am.
Into yours. So I'm going to try and mute my computer when you're talking, and then when Ryan's talking, I'll keep it on. So,
do what you can.
I'm going to use my production background to try and do this right, but I'm probably going to screw it up along the way. Ryan, how are you doing today?
Other than being not feeling the greatest, I'm fine. Tired, but I'll be good.
How clear does he sound in your heads, Nick, when he comes through on the microphone?
Sounds good. It's just a little bit quiet, but I can turn up the volume.
Oh, that's right. You can't hear him. Okay, that's right. You have to hear him through here, through there.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. So today we have a very loose outline, I will say. It is very loose because it's the final weekend of the season. Season is wrapping up, and I mean, I'm excited. I really am. Even though the Mets are not in contention, and even though I have nothing to watch for the Mets, baseball in of itself is really going to be exciting this week. And I personally am rooting for the chaos of a four-way tie in the American League Wild Card. To me, that would just make the world a better place. But I know that there's a lot of different things that are going into this weekend between divisional races in the NL West and maybe even the NL East and then the American League Wild Card. Those are really the last three things that are still to be wrapped up. And, the AL West is still also technically up in the air, but we all know that that'll be resolved at some point too. So it's we don't have a 1 minute roundtable today because we're just talking about baseball. And I would like to hear your guys' preview. I guess you could say this could be a 1 minute roundtable. What is your guys' just brief preview of this upcoming weekend? What are you excited for? Because we are going to be meeting on Monday for another Running the Bases show. It's going to be awesome. We'll get more into that later. So really between now and Monday, what are you excited about? Anyone can go first. Ryan, you'll go first.
Nick, go ahead.
Okay. Well, for me, it probably have to be the AL wildcard race. I mean, it's unfortunate that the A's were eliminated recently by the Mariners, but what a story for the Mariners. I mean, I'll give it to you guys. I didn't think this team was legit, but I did. But you guys also doubted the Astros, so.
I never doubted the Astros, to be fair.
Okay. Well, anyways, we'll see how the AL wildcard shakes up these next couple of days because that could really determine a lot. And, there's a possibility the Yankees and Red Sox miss the playoffs entirely, and then we end up with a Blue Jays-Mariners wildcard game, which I think is what everyone wants right now. And I think the only other thing to settle is the NL East and the NL West. Obviously, Dodgers got a huge win last night after coming back 9-4 against the Padres, hitting like 4 home runs in 1 inning, and able to keep within grasp of the NL West. But the Giants just keep on winning, and their schedule is pretty favorable to the point where they probably will end up winning the division. So the fact that we're seeing the Dodgers in a 1-game wild card game that could potentially end their season is just crazy to me, especially going up against the red-hot Cardinals team who just lost after winning 17 in a row. So there's so many storylines, so much to cover. We're only 3 people, but we're going to do our best to keep track of it. But it's exciting baseball stuff, and this is what October is all about, really.
Well, you bet we are. Ryan?
Yeah, Nick said it all. I think that what we're going to be watching is that. Well, really, I'm not really watching the NL East because I believe with a win tonight, the Braves clinch it. So I don't really see the Braves losing that division. One thing I'm watching is AL wildcard. That's really what I'm watching. I think that you've got the Yankees and the Blue Jays. That series is ending, and then the Yankees still have 3 of their toughest games of the season going against the Rays this weekend. So, it's gonna be tough for the Yankees. The Yankees. Honestly, I think tonight is a must-win game for the Yankees to where they can feel comfortable, to where they can win again in the playoffs. And then you've got the Red Sox who lost to the Orioles and had gone on a 4-game losing streak after being swept by the Yankees. And then you've got the Blue Jays who are right there and the Mariners. So I think that what it comes down to is if the Red Sox their schedule ending this season is too favorable for them. If they don't sweep the Nationals, then I don't know if they'll get in, because I think you will see Seattle take care of business and take at least 2 out of 3 from the Angels. So I'm just excited to see what kind of potential tiebreakers in Game 163s we could have from the AL wildcard.
I completely agree. And bless you, I am very excited for the possibility of a four-way tie. I mean, I don't even know what the playoff for that would be, because I believe it would end up being a tournament where we would have a tournament of 4 teams going head to head on Monday, 4 days from now. And I just think that would be so amazing, just to have 4 teams playing in one day, all fighting for the wild card. To me, would just be magical.
That would be awesome. We would essentially be getting Game 163 like from the Rays and Yankees all over again. Like,
yeah,
I don't know. I feel like ever since, like, especially this season, I feel like just division races and just everything's back to normal in terms of like everyone being competitive and being in contention again. I think I think last year we were kind of robbed of like late division races, and I think this year we're finally getting that back, which I think is awesome.
I mean, I'm getting some serious 2010 vibes.
Yeah, for sure.
Like you said.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to come down to the last day. I have a feeling what I would love is that there's a 4-way tie entering Sunday. Obviously, I'd love for it to be entering Monday too. But if we have a 4-way tie entering Sunday, then it's going to be your season's in your hands. And you go from there. And to me, that would just be so special to have, you have to win in order to have a chance. And even at that, you're not guaranteed it. I think that would create so much drama, and then anyone that loses knows that they're out. Such a special weekend could lie ahead, and we entered this week knowing that there was a possibility of it. And it's right now the Athletics got themselves knocked out, so the 5-way tie is out of the picture. But still, the Mariners and Blue Jays are holding tight. I think the Blue Jays losing today could end up being a really big heartbreaker for them.
That is.
And it might honestly push them out of the postseason race. But all eyes are on the Mariners. And now I want to spend time focusing on the Mariners before we focus on the Dodgers-Giants race. Because to me, I mean, the Dodgers and Giants are great, but I think the bigger story here are the Mariners. They are now, with the Red Sox loss today, they are tied with the Red Sox for the second wild card game with 3 to be played in this season. The Mariners are now playing who are they playing?
The Athletics?
No, they're not. They're playing
Angels.
Angels, that's right.
Yes, Angels. So they are playing the Angels. So that's winnable for them. And Shohei is not starting on Sunday. So that is winnable for the Mariners. And then you take a look at the Red Sox who are playing the Nationals. And the Nationals, they can easily play spoiler here. The Nationals are a very sneaky team with Soto and, I mean, well.
Yeah, just Soto.
Just Soto. Yeah, you're right. I was going to say with others, but there's just no others.
I'm sorry. I don't think there's any excuse for the Red Sox to lose one game in this series. There's no excuse.
There's not. If they want to,
there's absolutely no excuse. And you know what? If they lose one game in this series, then they don't deserve to be in that wild card spot, and the Mariners do over them. That's just how it is. You've got to play your best baseball to clinch that spot, and if you don't, then they don't deserve to win. They were handed a wild card spot on a silver platter going against the Orioles and Nationals to end the season. And if they miss out on the playoffs, then I have no sympathy. It's different if the Yankees were to miss it because of their last 2 opponents. It's not for the Red Sox. They couldn't ask for a better draw. Oh, actually, yes, they could ask for one thing: the Diamondbacks instead of the Nationals. But hey, who's going to be that picky?
The D-backs have been playing the Dodgers and Giants pretty well too. So honestly, to me, their best bet would have been to play the Mets again, and then they probably would have been handed it.
No, their best bet would have been to play the Padres. Come on, they're 11-30 since August 11th.
Especially going up 9-4 last night and blowing it.
They're 11-30 in their last 41 games.
That's terrible. That's rough. It is. I mean, we'll spend some time in the show talking about the Mets and Padres disaster and downfall, but for the Mariners,
Not
I mean,
downfall.
Ryan
Failures.
and I. Oh, sorry, Ryan. I don't have you. What did you say?
No, not downfall. Failures.
Yeah.
Mets is probably one of the most pathetic downfalls ever. For how bad
Padres
that
is probably
was
worse
this
than
year.
the Mets, though.
No, okay. For how bad the division was for the NL East this year,
Come
the Mets
on,
held the division lead for
the
103
Padres.
days.
We thought they were going to be the one team
Hold on,
contending with the
hold on.
Dodgers.
The Padres did not lead the division for 103 days, then choke it.
Yeah. Did you see that thing that I posted on my
Yeah,
story?
but the Mets don't have Fernando Tatis, Manny Machado, Blake Snell, Yu Darvish.
It's kind of like
Mets had an injured Jacob DeGrom. Of course, they're going to miss the playoffs.
Francisco Lindor.
What rotations there besides
Interesting.
Stroman?
Taijuan Walker had a good start. Well,
Good start, yeah.
Cry about DeGrom. Okay, the Padres have been taxed too. They lost. Darvish has not been good. Snell's been on and off the IL. The whole bullpen's been on the IL because they've been so taxed. I think that it is more pathetic for the Mets because they had an easier division to win for how bad it was this year. And they led the division for 3.5 months and still couldn't win it. I think this is more of a disappointment for the Mets than the Padres.
And
at least the Padres can say, yeah, we lost to 2 teams with 100 wins. The Mets can't say that.
They can't even say that. They finished below 500.
The Marlins.
They didn't even give themselves a chance.
What? Wait, say that again?
With what you said about they have 2 teams that have 100 wins in their division, like they didn't even give themselves a chance. They're probably going to finish the season under 500.
The Mets have already – their destiny is they're finishing under 500. The Mets going into the season, the hype is always this. They got Francisco Lindor. They overpaid him way too much money. They have Conforto healthy. They have Pete Alonso. They got James McCann. They got Taijuan Walker. Got Stroman back. Listen, we live with Michael in our lives. The excitement that came in, I know the Padres is horrible, but I'm saying at least the Padres did not lead their division for 3.5 months, then choke the lead to only finish with a below 500 record.
I think to me that the
if you want to go over whose downfall was quickest, easily the Padres. In a span of 40 games, the Padres went from here to so.
I would say the biggest fall off was the Mets. I think the biggest failure was the Mets, but I think the biggest surprise was the Padres. I'm more surprised that the Padres aren't there than I am about the Mets. The Mets don't shock me because they're the Mets.
Exactly.
But the Padres are a stacked team, and they are so good. But I still think that the biggest failure is the Mets. I don't know if you saw me post this, Nick, but it says the Mets are in first place for 103 days this season. That marks the first time, the most days that a team has been in first place in Major League history and still finished the season with a losing record. The first time in history that has ever happened. So the Mets have literally made history with their catastrophic downfall this year. And now, to be fair, they led the division most of the year with like a 5-game over 500 clip. But still, oh my God, Lindor just hit a grand slam. Wow.
Oh, too little, too late.
That's true. But still, well.
He's just padding his stats.
The more drastic downfall, I think, is going to be on the Mets. The quickest downfall, there's no comparison. It's the Padres. It took them 40 games to go to have a losing record. And you could say, when you look at disappointments for this season, the Padres are the bigger disappointment. And I'm going to say this because they had the second highest odds to win the World Series back in April.
So what's the difference between disappointment and failure then?
I'm talking about as the course of the season went on. That the Mets just proved the Mets was worse because they actually had a good chunk lead in their division. That's my basis around this. The Padres had a lead for a few weeks, but that's nothing like the Mets. They had a 3.5-month lead in that division, and they let it go. That's why I think that is more of a drastic downfall. The bigger failure is the Padres, though.
I think we could say that the Mets own the biggest choke of the year.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's what I'm saying. That's
fine.
That's a better way to describe it. The bigger failure, though, is the Padres because after all they did by going and getting Snell and getting Darvish, getting Clevenger last year, even though he didn't play, they getting Adam Frazier at the deadline. All that was a failure because they could not – because after having the second best odds to win the World Series, they turned out to be in a position of where we thought the Giants would be, and the Giants are where we thought the Padres would be.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, here I'll leave you with this.
Astros just clinched the AL West. Hey, can I be honest?
Oh,
Can I be
wait.
honest?
Did you guys clinch today? Is your Magic number 1 now after that Grand Slam?
Oh no, they already clinched the losing record.
Nick,
Michael, a couple things. One, who cares? Francisco Lindor's overpaid and overrated. Second off, the Astros just clinched the AL West.
Okay, so they clinch the AL West?
Mariners are not winning the division. It is over.
Yeah.
Could you imagine if the Mariners won the division though?
No.
I would love. I hope the Astros lose early in the playoffs. Or actually, I hope they lose in the World Series on a devastating Game 7 walk-off homer by a Dodger. Yeah. Just as karma to that horrible franchise.
That's exactly what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Probably.
And then you know what? As Mookie Betts rounds the bases, he's going to rip off his jersey on like Altuve wouldn't.
No, I think it's going to be Muncy.
Oh, whichever one. That's just poetic justice. Give me it. I'm fiending for it now.
I'm sure you are.
I'm going to manifest it.
Astros-Dodgers World Series.
We do. We so need an Astros-Dodgers World Series. That would be so good.
You know what? No, do you know what would actually be better? If the Dodgers swept them. That would be even better.
Yes.
If the Dodgers just swept them.
First World Series without cheating and they get swept. That would be awesome.
Oh, yeah. Also, in honor of the wild card talk that we've had, I need to mention something very important that happened in my life on this day 7 years ago.
Yes.
The best wild card game ever.
Yeah.
The Royals coming back and defeating the Athletics in 12 innings. Parker, if you're here, sorry, not sorry. Still the best baseball game I've ever been to in my life. That was incredible. I will always remember. 6th inning, the Royals are trailing big, and Eric, my twin brother, says to me, "Let's get out of here. The Royals have no chance of winning." I said, "First off, we're not leaving. Second off, they're going to come back and win. I'll bet $100 with you on it." We bet $100. Shook hands and everything. And guess who won it? This guy, because he had faith in his team. And then Salvador Perez put himself into Royals immortality with his ability to go and hit the walk-off single. What was that?
Trash, like the Royals.
You can't talk. You haven't had a World Series since '86. Don't talk. Everybody's trashing some Mets. At least the Royals don't have high expectations every year, unlike the Mets. The Mets are the Cowboys of the MLB. Get used to it, and you should know that by now.
Here we go. Shout out to James before. Told me I should be a Cowboys fan.
Do not be a Cowboys fan.
Wait, I forgot. It was either James or Egan told me I should be a Cowboys fan.
Egan is the Cowboys fan. So.
I was like, I'm not going to be a Cowboys fan because then Ryan's going to be able to rub it in my face even more.
Actually become a Cowboys fan. That seems like something you would thrive in. Being
Sandy
biased and delusional.
Against the Mets right now. Oh, boy. Everyone turn on the TV.
Everyone turn on the TV because Salvador Perez is about to come up with a chance to set the Royals record
for the NL East.
Yes.
Braves just won the NL East.
So only one division is undecided right now.
Correct, and that is the
bottom feeder.
The D-backs are up 3-1.
Wow. Wow.
Let's go AC. Let's go Arizona. Let's get Nick his money, baby. Let's go.
That's what I'm saying.
Baby. I know. I want Nick to win this.
That's what.
He's not going to.
I know, unless the Giants absolutely choke this.
No, they're not going to.
Dodgers for the Brewers.
They ain't gonna choke.
It's not happening.
So AL West, we'll roll back and then we'll get back to the NL West in a minute. So the AL West, AL Wild Card right now, as we have been saying periodically, is down to the Red Sox, Yankees, Blue Jays, and Mariners. Not in that order, obviously. It goes Yankees, Red Sox, and Mariners are tied. At second, the Red Sox and Mariners. And then you've got the Blue Jays, who are now losing 6-2. And what do we think the odds are that the Mariners make the playoffs? Do we think the Mariners make the playoffs, first of all, over the Red Sox? Just yes or no?
There's no excuse that they should. They shouldn't, but it would not shock me if the Red Sox choked. Do you know how funny it would be if a Boston team choked? Do you know how funny that would be?
I mean, they have the same record going into tomorrow now.
Crazy.
And they both play teams that they should relatively beat, take 2 out of 3 against.
Oh, by
It's
the way,
going to come down to who can sweep their opponent. If the Red Sox can sweep the Nationals, it's going to be really hard for the Mariners to stay on the Angels and vice versa. So both these teams have to take care of business. But are we going to rule out Toronto completely?
you can't rule out Toronto, but also the Braves just won, so they just clinched the division.
I really said that like
I was sorry. I was too frustrated with you talking about the Mets because nobody
It's the
gives a
Cowboys.
yeah, we were talking the Cowboys.
well, oh, sorry, I get them confused because they're the exact same team. Delusional fans, delusional team.
Got it.
Great. So Nick, what do you think the Mariners are going to get there, like solidly?
I can't say confidently they will because the Red Sox do play the Nationals, but like, what happens if they both? What happens if they tie? What do we do here? I'm kind of rooting for a tie at this point. So
I mean, who the heck is he?
Honestly, it would not shock me if we had a three-way tie for that final spot.
I would
It
love
would
it.
shock me.
it also depends on what the Yankees do too. Like if the Yankees somehow, because the Yankees play the Rays, and if the Yankees lose 2 of those games, then one of these teams could jump them.
Well, the Yankees are 3 outs away from taking 2 out of 3 from the Blue Jays. Which
Oh
I
yeah,
think
they're
is,
about to win 91. Never mind.
yeah, that I think just solidifies it for them. I think as long as they take one game out of that series, they'll be fine.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
think they'll be able to do that. So
I mean,
I
it's
think
hard
the
to-
Yankee spot, as long as they hold on to their four-run lead, they're set to make it, in my opinion. But I don't know. I think that there's just so much drama that's going to go down between the final series of, oh God, the Red Sox Nationals. You've got Angels Mariners and then Blue Jays Orioles. There is a legit shot that we have a 3-way tie for that second spot.
I love it so much.
And this just proves my theory. The AL is a deeper league than the NL. This proves my theory.
Looking at my power rankings, that's exactly what I thought about too.
Yeah. And I said this last year, and people disagreed with me. This year is the exact example that why the AL is a deeper league. The NL might be more top heavy because they are with the Giants and especially the Dodgers, but the AL is a deeper league, and that's all.
I agree.
I agree too. So I do think that the Mariners are going to hold on. First of all, America's team, baby. They're America's team. They are.
Funny that a Cowboys fan says that.
When you're talking in the middle of me talking, I have to unmute you on my computer. So if you're going to talk, like, keep yourself unmuted and then talk. Unmute yourself when you're going to talk, so that I know you're going to talk. That's the way I have to know because I have to unmute my computer. So I'm going with America's team. I think it's the storyline, and to me, the magic is in Seattle. And Jared Kelenic held up the sign yesterday saying "Believe," and it's amazing. What's going on in Seattle is amazing. It is simply special. It is special baseball, and it's September baseball. I mean, not only would I love to see the Mariners get into October because they would be such an underdog, but it would just be the perfect thing because they would end their playoff drought in the year where none of us thought that they could. And it would also mean that the Phillies now would then hold the longest playoff drought in Major League Baseball because they haven't been since 2010. So I think that this is a win-win-win all over the place because to me, there's just nothing you can say to me to make me think that the Mariners would be boring in the playoffs because they wouldn't. They'd be so fun to watch. So get the Mariners in the playoffs. I'm shipping it, and I'm hoping that it happens. It would be very special as we go down the stretch.
I just want to say also, like, a completely other realistic wildcard game that we could be getting could be Yankees Red Sox, which could feature Cole versus Sale, which I think all baseball nerds from like our entire generation would just have to like. I'd be mesmerized for about 3 hours for that game because holy moly, you get a game where I don't care if it's in Fenway or in Yankee Stadium, that game it just adds to that rivalry and it just adds to what like we've been deprived of. We've rarely seen the Yankees and Red Sox good at the same time.
Yeah,
and I feel like this is one of the years we can treasure it, and if they can fight it out for one game to decide who gets to advance, that would be spectacular.
Yes, sir.
Am I going to talk?
Yes.
Okay. This is why I don't think there's any loss of a situation with the AL wildcard. You get the Mariners who are coming in. Who have they ever been to the playoffs?
Yeah,
No.
they were there in
Oh wait, I think they've been there. They've been there once.
I don't know. I don't know.
Oh, let me look this up.
Wait, what were you asking?
Have the Mariners? How many times have the Mariners been to the playoffs?
Oh, they haven't been since 2001, obviously.
Yeah, 01 was their last time.
01. Okay, yeah. So it's been 20 years. 20
They've
years.
been there 4 times in the playoffs.
Okay, so it's been 20 years since they made the playoffs. That's just the underdog story, especially how they have just caught fire the second half and this month especially to make that run. But also just a rivalry that we could get with Yankees, Red Sox. Nick, you said it. That would add to the rivalry. That would be probably one of the best games that any baseball fan could ask for all season long because these are two of the most historic teams in baseball history.
Yeah.
Going at it in one game to see who goes on to face another one of their rivals.
Yeah.
I think that is a story. That is a storybook matchup between those two teams. And then it's not even a loss if the Blue Jays make it because of that young team. You get to see Vladdy. You get to see Bo Bichette. You get to see Simeon back there. There's no lose-lose situation where you think, hey, this is not a good matchup. No, you've got an underdog. You've got a young team. And then you've got the most historic rivalry in sports going at it. Just the tension that would rise during that game. That would be the best game.
I was trying to show, but I couldn't on the screen. I got goosebumps thinking about the wild card game because it's 5 days from now, guys. We're 5 days away from playoff baseball with full stadiums again for the first time since 2019. I am so excited. I can't wait. I can't. The wild card, we all want to see the Mariners get there, but we all know that we would rather see a Yankees Red Sox wild card because I would pay money to watch that. I would pay so much money to watch the Yankees and Red Sox playing a wild card game. We know there's going to be a fight at some point. We know that there's going to be about 6 delays on the field from people throwing stuff. It's just I can't wait. Regardless of what happens, the AL wildcard is going to be awesome.
The only thing that sucks is that we will see our last games as fans on Sunday for our respective teams. No Royals, Tigers, or Mets till spring training. But it was a fun season.
You know what?
It just sucks we won't be in October baseball, but hey, all of our teams I feel like have bright futures. So maybe
I'm gonna say it this way. Nick, were our 2 teams expected to make the playoffs?
Absolutely not.
Exactly. So
I will say that Michael did have the Royals as a wild card team.
And who called him stupid for doing that?
You did.
Both of you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So here's the thing. Our teams weren't expected to make it. So it's not like, it still sucks watching the last Tigers game for you and Royals game for me. But we weren't expected to make the playoffs, which takes away some burn of your team not making it. So it takes away some of the burn, but it still sucks watching your team end their season. For the Mets, they just disappoint every year. So, Michael, honestly, just go full bandwagon and delusion. Actually, you're halfway. If you want to go full delusion, just become a Cowboys fan. But if you want to go full bandwagon, here are your new teams: Cowboys, Yankees, Lakers. Okay, there you go. Congrats.
The Yankees on that list over the Mets?
Bandwagon.
Oh,
not delusion. You have them beat delusion. Okay, the Mets fans.
Let's put the Dodgers instead of the Yankees.
I would think it would be Yankees.
No, it's always been Yankees bandwagons more though.
I would say Yankees.
Yeah, but lately it's been Dodgers.
Yeah, you're right. Dodgers, Patriots to me would be the ultimate band.
Well, the Patriots, not anymore. The Patriots. Actually, if you were doing an NFL team, it would be the Chiefs.
Patriots are about to get their teeth kicked in on Sunday night.
Oh, I'm assuming the Chiefs are playing the Patriots.
No, it's Bucks.
No, they're facing Tom Brady.
Yeah,
his first return to Foxborough. So
wow, ooh, that's gonna be exciting.
So it sucks that I'm not going to be able to watch Royals baseball for a long time. So I'm just going to be watching old games and Salvador Perez highlights for the next 6 months.
Dude, I feel that. I did that one in 2019. The highlight of the year.
Do you know what I did? When you guys know my favorite baseball player ever is Alex Gordon. Do you know what I did before? Do you know what I did for 4 straight months when I got bored?
Cried at a picture.
I just watched Alex Gordon highlights. And you want to know the top highlight?
Yeah.
The catch.
No, it's the home run.
Game 1 home run off Trace Familia. Game 1 of the World Series.
Yeah.
And you know what, Michael? I forgot to tell you. I'm ordering a flag, custom flag, that has him holding up the 1 as he rounds first base. And part of the flag has Familia on the ground like this.
That's so pretty cool.
He represented all of Mets fandom when he did that, because I was doing that too. I think everyone was on the ground with their hands on their head because they had game 1 in the bag.
Do you know what I was doing that night? I will always remember that night. I was with my friends. We were watching at my house. When he hit it, I was like, get the out. Sorry, I don't cuss. FCC regulation. Get the bleep out. And I was running around. Once it cleared the wall, I knew it was gone off the bat, but I need to see it with my eyes. Once I saw it clear the wall, I went running around my house going crazy.
Yeah.
In comparison to the earthquake that happened when Pablo Sandoval caught that pop-up dead in Game 7, I nearly put a hole in my wall. My house legit shook because of that big man.
I think it's funny because Kayla asked me what we're going to be talking about today. And so we're probably going to be talking about the Mets, Tigers, and Royals a lot. And here we are. Here we are talking about the Mets, Tigers, and Royals as we do every week. Yeah, I don't like talking about it. But
I
yeah,
want Royals baseball to end.
I'm most sad. I'm not that sad that I'm not going to have to watch the Mets. That I don't care. You know what? That
is how I know you're a fake fan.
No,
even when your team sucks. Even when your team sucks, you still always watch. I
watch every game. I'm still watching every game.
Even if you
miss them playing for 5 months.
You know what?
No more stress for 5 months.
Serious.
You should pick up football then.
No, I'll watch.
Nick, do you know what's sad?
What do you mean?
I've enjoyed watching the Royals
more
than watching the Chiefs the past couple of weeks.
Because I'd be happy just kind of watching football and saying that I'm a football fan.
That's fair.
As opposed to having an allegiance.
Maybe next year, after you watched a full year, you can decide who your favorite team will be.
Yeah, but I wouldn't say that I'm going to be watching the full year. So.
Okay, well, we can try. It's once a week. It's really once a week.
It's 3 times a week, Nick. Come on.
Like, I can find a day.
It's 3 days a week.
I'll try and.
Yeah, but if you just watch on Sunday, you'll be fine.
Okay, but I work on Sundays at night.
What time?
1 to 9. Right?
God. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, so
he's a lost cause.
Yeah, but I'm gonna try.
Basketball season's also approaching, so.
Yeah, basketball I can watch. I'm again.
Hey, if you want to watch better basketball, watch college basketball. College basketball is so much better than the NBA.
Basketball, it's a lot.
And Nick, I think Nick's gonna disagree with me on this one.
I am.
This guy.
March Madness is very fun.
I think
one
college
of the best
basketball.
events ever.
What?
Yeah.
Say that again.
I just think it's one of the best sporting events of the year.
Yeah, I agree. Definitely.
College basketball is incredible.
Okay, anyway, what are we talking about now?
I don't know. We lost track. So I mean, we're already halfway through the show. So why don't we take a look at let's take a look at the AL MVP race for a minute. Because it's down to 3. It is down to 3. It is down to Shohei Ohtani, Vladimir Guerrero Jr., and who's that other guy?
Okay, I think here's what I think we should do. I think we should name our top 3 candidates.
Okay, I like it.
I'll be right back.
Okay, well, I know he's going to be grabbing his Salvi jersey to go show to the screen for his number 1. There is we could do like a little Jeopardy, go do, and then we all unveil our top 3, or we could just go in order.
Well, we already know what our top 2 are going to be. It's really just who our third person is.
Do we know who our top 2 are?
Yes.
I mean, I think we all know who our number 1 is in the American.
We should know who the top 2 are.
Well, I mean, we should, but Ryan's going to.
I think Ryan will know who's in second.
I don't think he's going to. Dude,
I mean, he's only putting the shooters down because he's in the top 3.
No, he is so about to defend Salvi to be in second.
Okay, well, it's not going to work.
Okay.
I'm just going to use points that he used in class today against it.
Yeah, I don't know why I left you unmuted on the computer that time. But yeah, it's well, that'll be fun, and then we could do a little NL Cy Young because that's the other one that's up in the air.
Yeah, we could do AL Cy Young MVP and then NL Cy Young and MVP.
Well, yeah, we can do that while Ryan scrambles to find his Shohei shirt too. He's probably getting both, actually.
Oh damn, that MVP jersey guy.
Yeah, I low key shouldn't have given him the Shohei shirt. I should have just kept it for myself. But you know, hindsight's 2020.
Yeah.
So we might as well just introduce it. So we'll start with the AL Cy Young, so that when he comes back, he really confuses what we're talking about. So the American League Cy Young, I mean, who in the Royals is going to be your American League Cy Young, Ryan?
Ladies and gentlemen, I have a hot take about this, and it is not Salvador Perez winning the MVP. It is that he should get more votes than Vladimir Guerrero Jr. because, first off, Vladdy has fallen off.
Terrible take after.
What'd you say?
We're talking about the American League Cy Young. We'll talk about your terrible take afterwards.
You're a horrible human being.
Yeah, we're doing AL Cy Young, AL MVP, then NL Cy Young, NL MVP.
Oh, God.
We knew what you were going to do, so we decided we would change it up on you and make it really confusing for you when you came back.
You just know how to ruin my mojo.
Well, that's the point.
One time I feel good about myself, you ruin it. Way to kick me down.
You got to take them down a couple pegs every once in a while.
No. Now my self-esteem went from 0 to negative. Thanks, Michael.
So, is there even a clear 3 in the American League?
Yes.
Lance Lynn?
Oh, I totally forgot we're doing Cy Young.
Yeah.
Holy moly.
I'd say Lance Lynn's my number 3.
Okay.
I think we can probably all agree on that. Dominant year, injuries hurt. I mean, it's plain and simple. Really great player, and if he was healthy all year, he would have won the Cy Young by far. But injuries held him back. So to me, he's my 3. My 2 is Garrett Cole. My number 1 is Robbie Ray. Plain and simple. You can argue with me all day about it.
I'm gonna go Rodon at 3, Cole at 2, Ray at 1.
Okay. Ryan, what about you?
The third one is tough. Because I don't know if Lance Lynn even qualifies. I don't know if he has enough innings.
He does. He has enough innings to qualify for votes.
I think he's probably third. I'd give it second to Ray, first to Garrett Cole.
Why?
Yeah, no, Ray's winning it.
Let me.
Cole's not gonna win with the 3.283 ERA.
I mean, Robbie Ray didn't help himself today by bumping it all the way up to 2.8.
Let me get the stats pulled up because you
Really
guys.
hurt fantasy, by the way.
You're still gonna win.
See, that comeback, bro. I was down by 100 like a week ago.
I know. I saw. It was all last night.
No, dude, I've had
2
it. Yeah. I was gonna say I've been mounting it for a week. I can't believe I still have to hold on for the next 3 days, but I'm currently winning in our fantasy league championship week with 3 days to go by about 60 points. I'm shocked. I didn't know that I could do it, but I actually conceded like last Wednesday. I said, Nick, you can have it, but I didn't. I literally didn't look at it from like Wednesday through Friday. I think I didn't look at it through Saturday. Like I literally had Freddie Galvis as my DH. I didn't even touch it, and then I opened it one day and it was only down by like 9. I was like, how did that happen? Your pitchers had like 3 horrible days, and I got a great start out of Robbie Ray, and I also got great offense that pushed me right up to you. And I was like, how the heck did that even happen? So here we are, and I'm somehow pulling off the comeback of a lifetime, just like the Mariners. So Ryan, what's your excuse for giving Garrett Cole the Cy Young?
FIP, baby. Garrett Cole is better FIP.
Dude,
do you know what FIP even is?
No, I don't.
Analytics.
Because it doesn't matter.
FIP does matter.
I hate advanced stats.
We literally talked about it in class.
Okay. It's like arguing with a bunch of goldfish. I give up with you two.
What do you mean? What is
how can you not put in a factor of field independent pitching? Which basically okay, do you guys know what FIP is?
Okay.
Cole's not winning the Cy Young.
He's not. He doesn't deserve it either. So American League MVP, number 3 is Salvador Perez.
Yes.
Who launched himself in there with a fantastic end to the season. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. is number 2 by far. And Shohei's going to win it by a landslide. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. held on for a while, but it's going to go to Shohei. And what a magical end to the season. In the respect that they all were terrible, other than Salvi. Salvi's the only one who's actually been playing well down the stretch out of those three, but he's still not going to be able to get in the top two. Nick, what about you?
Yeah, the same one. 3, I'd have Salvi, 2, Vladdy, 1, Otani. In any other year, Vladdy would have probably won unanimously.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. Shohei had a great season. The fact that he has a sub-3 ERA since the All-Star break and he leads the league in triples is absurd to me.
It's incredible.
He has 45 home runs. He by far deserves it, but I was rooting for Vladdy. I can't lie. I wanted Vladdy to win it the entire time, but good for Shohei.
Yeah, good for him. All righty, Ryan, let's hear your speech.
Salvi deserves more votes than Vladdy. And let me tell you why. Salvador Perez has launched himself into the debate. And let me explain why. Vladdy, the whole argument for him to have any chance of winning MVP was for him to win Triple Crown. And does he lead in any of the key categories to win Triple Crown? No, he does not. Perez leads 2 of them. And then I believe it's Yuli Gurriel who has Vladdy beaten out for batting average. So really, if you want to look at who has been more valuable to their team this year, give it to Salvi, because without Salvi, the Royals might have 45 wins. I'm just being honest. Maybe even less, to be quite honest. 40 to 50 wins is the max range. So here's the thing. Yeah, Vladdy has him on OBP, OPS 30%. Yes, he has him there. Cool. But Michael, your argument the entire time has been Otani has fallen off. But so has Vladdy. So, and with that, I conclude my speech. Salvi has launched himself into the debate, and he leads in key criteria over Vladdy. So I'm using your argument against you, Michael. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
But you are using it incorrectly because, yes, they've fallen off, but they haven't fallen off enough for Salvi to be higher than them at all.
I disagree. I sincerely disagree with that statement. He has no chance of winning it. He has no chance of winning it. That's a fact.
Obviously. But he's hitting 277 when
you can't say that when Otani's hitting sub 260.
Doesn't matter.
A horrible argument.
Below him and everything.
You can't compare Otani in the situation because if we're not factoring in his pitching, he's not winning MVP.
Of course.
But hold on, we have to factor in the fact that Otani has a way worse batting average than Salvador Perez. Okay,
I wouldn't say way worse. I would say way worse than Vladdy, but Otani and Salvi are probably
20
closer.
points is a big difference.
It's worse than Vladdy versus Otani though.
Okay, no. That's a mile. They're a mile away from each other, Vladdy and Otani. Okay.
Well, yeah.
I think that average argument is horrible because you can't say that when Otani hasn't been at 260 for the past month and a half.
Well, we're gonna have to move on because we only have 14 more minutes before we have to leave. So we are going. Well, do we let?
It's Scherzer. It's Scherzer.
Oh, I don't know.
Wheeler can sneak in.
I think Burns might win this whole thing.
It's going to be down to the 3 of them, obviously, and I think it's going to be really close. But we'll be able to talk more about that.
Scherzer has been electric. Yeah, he didn't help himself last night, but still, he has been the best pitcher in this second half, and he has dominated. I think it is Scherzer
It probably is Scherzer, but I wouldn't count out Burns.
I'm not counting out Burns. That's just how dominant Scherzer's been.
He didn't help himself last night, though, and Burns hasn't had one of those starts in a while.
He did against the Cardinals. He gave up 5 runs against the Cardinals.
I said a while.
That was last week.
Yeah, compared to Scherzer's, it was a while.
All righty, we got to get into the power rankings.
Please stop pulling a Michael move.
We do have to be out of here in 13.
Well, Burns has a lower ERA, that's all I'm going based off. Sorry.
That's fair. It's really, to me, flip a coin, honestly. All righty, so we get into the power rankings, and this is our second to last power rankings of the entire year. And we started off at number 10, where I have the Chicago White Sox.
I have Red Sox at 10.
Okay.
Why do I have to agree with Michael? White Sox at 10.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're getting right. All righty, at number 9, I have the Milwaukee Brewers.
Wow. 9, I have the Blue Jays.
Did you say Brewers at 9?
Yeah, he did.
Can you explain that really quick while my computer actually loads my document?
The Brewers got murdered by the Cardinals, and they weren't playing well. Yes, they murdered the Mets, but they murdered the Mets. They're 4-6 in their last 10, and compared to the two teams that are ahead of them, those two teams, they're in a tie for 7th right now with 3 teams, and to me, the two teams ahead of them are just a little bit better.
Michael, you provide everything that is wrong with how you take away power rankings. You rely too much on the previous week. You have to factor in the season.
Power rankings do take a lot into consideration the previous week. If they were just about the overall season, then they would be.
No. Here's the thing: you have to value it more than just 1% of their season. You're like 99% of the past week.
No, that's not true. It's a lot of the recently playing. Again, we don't really need to spend too much time on it because we don't have the time.
Okay, I've got the Red Sox at 9.
Okay, and then Nick, you already said your 9. At number 8, I have the Tampa Bay Rays.
Oh,
8. 8, I have the White Sox.
Okay.
I'm at a loss of words. 8 is the Yankees.
Okay. At number 7, I have the Atlanta Braves.
Damn, the Braves didn't even make my top 10. Mariners at 7.
God, this hurts even more than I'm agreeing with him after 2 egregious decisions. Braves at 7.
Well, alrighty. Number 6, I have the Yankees.
6, I have the Yankees.
6 Mariners.
All right, that's fair. Cracking into the top 5, I have the Blue Jays.
Astros.
What?
I have them at 11th.
I mean, they just won their division. I don't know how a team that just won their division can be not in the top 10. Well, to be fair, I don't have the Braves in the top 10, but
Right.
the Astros are just better than the Braves.
I don't have the Astros in the top 10.
What'd you say? You cut out.
I don't have the Astros or the Blue Jays in my top 10.
It's okay.
Why are the Blue Jays not in your top 10?
I don't want to hear anything come out of your mouth after you put the Rays at 9, okay? I don't want to hear that story.
Why are the Blue Jays not in your top 10?
Michael, I swear your head
I'm so mad at
is
you.
everywhere but on straight. I swear something is wrong up here tonight.
He said you can never talk.
I'll have to
Are we at 5 right now?
Yeah, we are.
5 Brewers.
That's terrible. That's fine. Number 4, Mariners. America's
I don't
team.
remember asking for your opinion.
It's okay.
Ryan, I agree with you somewhat. I have the Brewers at 4. So
Cardinals at 4.
Okay. My top 3 are exact same as last week. Cardinals are at 3.
yeah, forgot Cardinals.
That's okay. Who did you put in 3rd?
The Rays.
You know what? That is horrible. You were going after me for not having the Astros or the Blue Jays. Like, oh, how are they not in there? But yet you're like, Nick, it's okay you don't have the Cardinals.
Nick forgot.
What is this treatment? What is this treatment?
Nick forgot.
I forgot. I really do apologize.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I forgot about the Astros. I completely forgot about the Astros.
Okay, high 5 then. We both forgot.
Dude.
Also, I purposely left the Blue Jays out.
Okay, well, I didn't forget about the Astros. They just don't deserve to be in the top 10 to me. But yeah, because he loses for
3 Rays.
I also have the Rays at 3.
I know. We're
the best team in the American League, buddy.
They got murdered by the Blue Jays.
You can't call off one series.
One series.
Number 2, and I know you guys are probably going to disagree with me again, but you're wrong, are the Dodgers.
I have Giants at 2.
Yeah, of course you do. So wrong.
Nick, who do you think I have at 2?
The Giants.
Yes, because the best team in baseball, the Dodgers.
Dodgers.
When they don't win the division and you still have them at number 1, you're still going to
I don't think we will. Because we've never seen a healthy Dodgers team, and they only lost the division by 2 games.
It doesn't matter.
Okay, it doesn't matter.
Michael, can you tell me how many games there was no Cody Bellinger?
No, in a
Caesar.
7-game series, right now you're taking the Giants over the Dodgers.
No,
Hey,
but they
what do you mean? No! That's it! That's game!
He taps! Ring the bell! Ring the bell! Ring the bell!
They're the best team in baseball.
No, they're not!
Matter.
Let me say one more thing to you, Michael. How many games for the Dodgers without Betts?
We're playing the
Bellinger,
final
Seager.
countdown.
What? That's it.
No,
You just admitted it.
no,
You're
it
done.
didn't.
You're
No,
done.
you did. I asked you who wins this 7-game series, the Dodgers or the Giants,
Yes, and the Dodgers would win in a
and that's
7-game.
why they're the best team in
And they're the
baseball.
best. You are just a huge hypocrite. Ring the bell. He's out of here.
Ding.
1, 2, 3. Ring it. No, let me tell you this other thing. How many games have the Dodgers been without Betts?
Dude,
Bellinger,
it doesn't matter.
Seager, Kershaw.
Oh, they are terrible. The lineup is so bad, and they are better than
Four
the
of their
Dodgers.
best players have been out for multiple
You're being
weeks.
so
I don't want to
right
hear
now.
a word
It's
from you.
unbelievable.
No.
It actually blows my mind.
The idiocracy that is coming out of your lips
Okay,
is
you
killing
think
me.
the best team in baseball could beat any team in a 7-game series? I've asked you twice now. Do you think the Dodgers can beat the Giants in a 7-game
Hold
series?
on. I
You
have
said
a
yes
question.
both times. That's it.
I have a question.
And you
I have
just
a question.
said the Giants
Michael.
lineup is terrible. Do
Yes.
you know who's in the Dodgers lineup?
Yes.
Do you know who's in that rotation?
They're a better team, but they're
That's
not.
wrong.
They're a better team
Michael,
on
Michael,
paper, but they
Michael,
are.
Michael, I need to ask you a
They're
question.
not a better team right now.
Michael,
They're not.
Michael,
If they're a better team right now, they'd be winning the division.
that's not
You
Michael.
just said they're the better
Michael,
team. We're not having this discussion anymore.
No,
Change your
I have
power
one
rankings
question I
right
need to
now.
ask.
No,
No, I
I
have one
will not. I am not changing it.
Hey,
Just
I
said
have
on
one
live
question.
air that the
Michael,
Dodgers are the
who
better
is winning the
team.
World Series?
I said.
Michael,
Oh,
who do
I'm
you
gonna
think
have
is
a
winning the World Series?
stroke.
What'd you say, Ryan?
Who do you think is winning the World Series?
The Dodgers.
Tap out! He's done!
But
How
in
can
the
you say the
regular
Giants are the best team in the league, and yet you won't even say they'll win the World Series? You don't even think they'll beat the Dodgers. That just proves you are a hypocrite and you are wrong. Ring the bell. You're done.
Change your power
I'm
rankings right
saying-
now.
No, I will not. I'm saying that in the regular season, the Giants are a better team because they have played better.
See, I think you need to value. You need to value where, dude, teams' records where they were both fully healthy, and the Dodgers have a better record when their team is fully healthy.
What do you mean,
So
why?
please
Because
shut up and change your power rankings and be correct.
With a full team.
That's the Mets. We're talking about the Dodgers and the Giants, the two teams that are actually going to be competing in the playoffs this year.
I know that, but it doesn't matter. Like they're still the Giants have been better all year long
Because the
They're
Dodgers haven't been healthy
Right.
all year long.
The Dodgers play better in the playoffs because they're built for it. The Giants
Exactly.
aren't built for the playoffs.
Exactly.
Like the
Which is
Dodgers
why
are.
you have the Dodgers at one on
If
the
it
power
were a
rankings.
postseason power rankings, I
Oh
would
my
say
God.
a regular season power rankings. We have to get into
You know
our
what?
segment. I love
no,
this.
No, I have one more thing to say to you. I guarantee you look at a healthy Dodgers team for the majority of this season. No Seager broken hand, no Betts with his hamstring and hip issues, and no Bellinger sucking and having hamstring and rib issues. The Dodgers win 110 plus games. That is the best team in baseball. You are wrong.
It's fine, but everyone else, MLB's power rankings say that the Giants are first. So that's because they are, and it's okay. We've been arguing about this for literally a month and a half now, and the Giants are still going to win the division. I'm still going to win both of my bets, friendly bets that I have with people that say that the Giants are going to win the division, and I'm going to be happy about it. So it's okay. I'm proud of it. So that was a highlight of the year. Those last 10 minutes. Let's roll it over to our segments. We have to be super quick. So Ryan, we start off with you. Let's be super fast, and then we will throw it over to Nick, and then me, and then it'll be a wrap.
My mental state is ruined because of you. Catcher, Salvador Perez. First base, I have two guys. The first guy would be Brandon Belt, but he only played 3 games, so I'm going with Paul Goldschmidt. Second base, Brandon Lau. Third base, Kelvin Gutierrez, which pisses me off because he's a former Royal and he sucked with the Royals. Now he decides that he can hit. What is this? Shortstop, Corey Seager. Left field, I have A.J. Pollock, but he only played 4 games, so I also have Tyler O'Neill slotted in there. Center field, Harrison Bader. Right field, Nick Castellanos. DH is obvious. It's Giancarlo Stanton. My starting rotation, Ranger Suarez, Frankie Montas, Max Fried, Walker Buehler, and Chris Bubich.
Cool.
Right-handed pitching, so my relief guys. I don't know why I said right-handed pitching. I'm stupid. Relief guys. I'm stupid. Ryan Yarbrough, Joe Barlow, Josh Hader, Kenley Jansen, Dinelson Lamet. And before Michael says Yarbrough and Lamet are starters, Yarbrough threw 6 scoreless innings out of the bullpen this week. Lamet threw 4 scoreless innings out of the bullpen. So shush. The main top – okay, my team of the week. I have 3 teams. The main winner is the St. Louis Cardinals, but you have to highlight the Braves and the Mariners, who are now 10-1 in their past 11 games. So we're good. Goodbye.
Cool.
Okay, for the last time this year, players to watch: Nicky Lopez, 301, 2 home runs, 43 RBIs. Austin Riley, 303, 33 home runs, 105 RBIs. Tim Anderson, 301, 17 home runs, 59 RBIs. Pete Alonso, 258, 37 home runs. I don't know about the RBIs because he literally just hit 2 home runs today.
92 now.
92. Okay. Brandon Lowe, 243 average, 36 home runs, 92 RBIs. Mitch Haniger, who has put the Mariners on his back, 238, 38 home runs, 95 RBIs. Those are your players to watch. Thank you.
Gorgeous. Now, the top 5 moments of the week coming in at number 5, you have the Dodgers hitting 4 home runs in the 7th and the 8th to go from down 9-5 to an 11-9 win over the Padres. That was last night. At number 4, we have the Yankees and Red Sox with an incredible series that the Yankees swept in an incredible and really important wild card series. At number 3, we have the Cardinals setting a franchise record with 17 straight wins. Absolutely fantastic. At number 2, we have Cedric Mullins becoming the first Oriole ever to join the 30-30 club. And at number 1, happening yesterday, Marcus Semien setting the record for most home runs by a second baseman in a season with 44. That'll do it for today's show. We will be back on Monday, October 4th. Book it in your calendars, 10 o'clock Pacific time. It is going to be an amazing show. Postseason predictions. Be there or be square. What else you're going to be doing at 10 o'clock on a Monday night? Join
Sleeping.
us. Be there. What, Ryan?
Sleeping because they don't want to hear your delusionalities.
Okay, but there's 2 other people on the show that they can watch too. So tune in.
That's where our viewership comes from, Nick and I, because we are the dynamic duo.
Ryan, we have to stop.
Easy out of here.
Yes, we are out. Thank you, everybody, for watching. We appreciate you guys. We will see you Monday. Be there. 10 o'clock.